sometimes kills me when people say, "Hey, you're overpaid. You're overpaid. You're making too much money. All you do is open doors, show houses, turn on some lights, and you make $15,000." As much as I wish that was true, it is far from the truth. Welcome to the 200% Life Podcast, Season 2. We're in the middle of the season. It's been so amazing, and I got a couple of more months here left in this season. But don't forget to subscribe, like, share, everything. We're on all the platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as you can hear us, and also on YouTube. Make sure you catch the video version of it. And today, to all my real estate agents out there, I want to give you the tips to success for the fourth quarter of 2023. It's not a secret that there's so much going on. And unfortunately, but fortunately, if you are not in the right place, and not only in the right brokerage or the right mindset or the right niche, you are going to give a lot of bad kind of like situations that you won't be able to handle. So that's what I'm here today, is to give you those tips to get out of those situations and be right on the path to success. Okay, doesn't matter what brokerage you're in, doesn't matter which location you're at, doesn't matter where you're listening to me. It should still work, because this is what we've used to be successful over the last 18 years of business. No secret that the market has changed completely, and now it's time to thrive. Before 2024 hits you, you need to put that plan together, and we're going to get that started for you, okay? But let's start with tip number one, is the mindset of a resilient real estate agent. The mindset is your number one duty right now, is to get your mindset correct. And mindset is very, very crucial to the success that you're going to be giving to the audience that is listening to you, to your clients, to yourself. So this mindset is going to be like something that maybe you have not done before. You have to give that snap of the finger and get yourself out of that lost state that maybe you're feeling. And I've talked to a lot of agents over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, and a lot of them are lost. And I've started a coaching program recently, and I've been fortunate enough to talk to a lot of people that, just with a few conversations, some trading, they're back on track. Okay. And although I might not be there with you, in person, I'm here with you through the airwaves or through the streaming or through, the social media channel that you're listening to us to. But mindset is the first step that I tell those agents. So the first thing you got to do is definitely look around you. And who are the 5 people that you most hang out with? Okay. Who are the 5 people that have your ear? Who are the 5 people, the closest people that you have in your circle? And you have to analyze yourself. Number one, because your environment is going to give your mindset. That's the first step to getting your mindset correct. So your environment has to be perfect. Not perfect because none of us is perfect, but perfect to the sense of where you need to be to get on with the career that you have set for yourself. All right. So look around the 5 people that you are in close contact with on a daily basis. And if right now, put them down on a piece of paper if you like. If right now those 5 people, you're kind of shaking your head and saying, okay, I see what Jeremy's talking about. If those people are bringing negativity, if they're bringing you down, if they're not encouraging you to be successful, if they're telling you, you know what, you work too much, if they're telling you, you know what, that career's never going to work, you know what, you should probably, maybe try something different. Go get that 9-to-5 job. If those are the type of people that are around you and you're a real estate agent, listen, I got, some really hard truth for you to look at right now, is that you need to get away. Okay. You need to surround yourself with people who are encouraging you, that are telling you, yes, you can make it. You can do it. Make that next call. You know what? Go and meet those people. Go and door knock. And we're going to talk about it in just one second. And that encouragement support system that you need, and they might not have to be in the business. They probably are, but definitely find 1 or 2 people that are in the business, one as a mentor, hopefully, maybe somebody who's already been producing. And to those out there that you are a top producer, I'm going to tell you, because this is where I stand, you have to give back, number one. And give back to the agents that I'm talking to today. All right. So if you're already a top producer and just happen to come across this podcast, be that mentor, that person that person needs, that agent needs to succeed. So agents, find that mentor. Is it in your office? Is it online? Send me a DM. Hey, listen, if I can't do it, I can redirect you to someone that can. But find the mentor that can actually push you to be better, that coach. Okay. And then somebody else in the industry around you, a colleague that, be accountable to each other. All right. We have a lot of agents here in our company, and a lot of them are accountable to each other. Hey, listen, let's go together. Let's go door knocking together. Let's go make these calls together. Let's go to the office and sit for a couple of hours and find these prospects. Okay. So, and then 3 other people in your circle that are going to support you. That is number key to get you in your mindset correctly. Okay. So taking out the negativity out and bringing the positivity in is what's going to get you to the mindset that you want. Okay. And it's not kind of corny and cliche, but it's not. Believe me, it works. Eventually, the 5 closest people that you surround yourself with, you are going to become them. You are going to start talking like them. You are going to start thinking like them. You are going to act like them. So might as well be in the positive sense, and might as well to further your career. Aside from that, another thing in mindset is getting disciplined in what your duties are on a daily basis. Okay, us as a top producing real estate agents, we're thinking about real estate literally 24/7. Okay, we're going to talk about balance in just 1 second, because I think you should have balance as well. I don't want you to overwork yourself and burn yourself out. But discipline, is it Monday through Saturday? Is it Monday through Friday? Whatever you choose, but at least Monday through Friday, you should be literally in the zone as soon as you get up, all the way until you choose to stop working that day. Okay, so my morning routines is setting daily affirmations to myself. Okay. And that is one thing to get your mindset right. Like literally talking to yourself in the mirror, or talking to yourself by yourself, giving yourself daily affirmations. Some of my affirmations said, I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I will have service, just like the Ritz-Carlton, the Four Seasons in Walt Disney World. I will produce $50,000 in GCI this month. Whatever that number is for you, you got to put that number in for yourself. I will serve my clients at the highest level. I will sign a contract today. All right? And on and so forth. Daily affirmations. Write them down. Make them up yourself. Look it up online. Whatever it is that you want to affirm to yourself, that's when you need to put that and get your mindset correctly. Okay? And then another thing that's going to help your mindset is the discipline. Disciplining yourself and getting focus on the activities that you got to get yourself doing every single day. So if you set yourself up for 2 hours of prospecting, listen, focus and put your mind to those 2 hours of prospecting in the morning. And I suggest 2 hours prospecting in the afternoon as well. Okay. But whatever your task is, get in it and focus. Focus. And then the third or fourth, I think it's third. All right. To getting your mindset correctly is actually speaking into your atmosphere and speaking gratefulness. Okay. So talk like if it's already happened. All right. So you're already surrounding yourself with positive people. You're affirming yourself on a daily basis. You're focusing, and now be thankful even before things are happening. I am thankful for the contracts that are coming in this week. I am thankful for the opportunities that are going to be opening up today. I am thankful for a great October. I'm thankful for a great fourth quarter that I know I'm going to have. Okay. So you are just opening up those doors to the opportunities and to the relationships and to the things that are going to come to you, even if you don't have them. And believe me, if you say them, long enough, and if you say it on a repetitive basis, persistence and consistent, you're gonna get what you say. What you say is what you get. The power of the tongue is powerful. The power of the tongue is either gonna bring life or bring death. So I choose to bring life. That's really what it is. Okay. So that's your mindset. That's number one. Gotta get yourself right. Slap yourself a couple times, put some water on your face, and get your mindset where you need it to be, because that is the core of getting into the zone of a successful career, a successful string of sales, okay? And even if you're not a real estate agent, as you listen to me, you're a salesperson, this can work for you too, okay? That's it, okay? Now, overcoming obstacles is the next steps to my success, okay? So as you know, the real estate industry is not easy. And it sometimes kills me when people say, "Hey, you're overpaid. You're overpaid. You're making too much money. All you do is open doors, show houses, turn on some lights, and you make $15,000." And as much as I wish that was true, it is far from the truth. Behind the scenes, okay, we as real estate agents go through a lot, tons of obstacles. We go through. If you didn't know, 25 people involved in one real estate transaction. That's the average. 25 people involved in one transaction. So you can already tell that we are kind of like the orchestrator of everybody that's happening in that real estate transaction. Everybody who's sending emails, everybody who is participating into this, we have to be on top of our game to make sure that it gets from A to Z, from the contract to the closing table. So overcoming obstacles is a very important part as real estate agents. So you have to train yourself to not let it get personal. You have to treat it directly into the business, to not let it stress you out, because once you're dealing with 4, 5, 6 transactions at a time, believe me, it's going to get crazy, right? So overcoming obstacles, okay, is one of the key factors of being successful, okay? And that's why a lot of people leave the business, is because they think the obstacle was too much for them to handle. And again, if it was easy, I think everybody else would be doing it, right? Everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be a real estate agent. Everybody would be making tons of money. But really, we have to fight hard. And in this fourth quarter, in this year, 2023, the one deal we were getting 2 years ago, we have to work 3 times as hard. And that is the whole hard truth about real estate these days, is that, obstacles are going to come, but we must understand how to overcome them. And to overcome them is part of that mindset I just talked about. You got to get into zone focus to make sure that you're there. And overcoming obstacles is one simple rule. Become the best problem solver that you can be. All right? So if you become the best problem solver that you can be, find solutions. Don't dwell in that problem. Don't dwell into that, feeling, because it is easy to get emotional and feel like, okay, I just helped this client and this is what they did to me. Or, I was doing things correctly and this is what happened, sort of kind of situation sometimes. But if you go back and you say to yourself, I'm just a problem solver in this transaction, okay? And once you establish yourself as a problem solver, which, by the way, the highest paid people in this world are problem solvers, CEOs, owners of companies, entrepreneurs, is they solve problems very well. So become that respected agent that solves a problem where everybody's coming to you to get through that obstacle because you were the one that has the answer, okay? So get yourself knowledgeable in every situation. Get to your mentor, like I just talked about. How can I resolve this issue? All right? Become great at problem solving. And believe me, you will never run dry in your pipeline. Be the person that solves the problem for everybody. 25 people in one transaction, so solve that problem, okay? So lots of stories that we could tell, obviously, of how we've, beat the odds, how we've, established ourselves as big problem solvers. And I think that it's very important to have that quality as a real estate agent. Okay. All right. Another big tip on 2023 here this quarter is, hey, listen, networking. Networking is huge right now. And I've said it in some of my reels over the last couple of weeks. Networking is the almost mandatory activity that you have to do. And some people say, okay, you mean go to a networking event, have a couple drinks, meet some people. Well, that could work. But what about just networking and getting to know other people, all right? And I just like to meet people, and I think everybody should have their amount of people they want to meet every single day. I like to meet anywhere from 5 to 10 people a day. I think it's very, very fair, and it could be through social media channels. It could be in person. Hey, listen, go out and go out to that new home community right around the corner of your home and go meet that salesperson. Maybe you've passed by it so many times and you've never stopped in once. Okay. And that should never happen if that's right in your backyard. Okay. So go out and meet salespeople for new home developments. Go out and meet lenders. Go out and meet, attorneys. Set up those appointments. Cold call them if you have to. And then also you have your networking events. Why not? Go out and meet people through the networking events. Those are happening everywhere on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Find that, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber of Commerce of their city. Find, the leads groups around, the the chapters for different organizations that maybe you're the agent for that chapter. Okay, there's so many opportunities out there. You just gotta go out and find them. Okay, you might take you going driving around town and just going in and meeting people. Always dress the part, meet people. But networking, guys, is the best, one of the best and least expensive ways to get business. Okay, and you just gotta open your mouth. You can't be a silent agent, right? You gotta let people know that you are the agent in that market, in that industry. Okay. Networking tip also, neighborhood events, wherever you live, there has to be neighborhood events, get-togethers, 4th of July barbecues, things that are happening. I know my community always has at least once a quarter, once every other month, there's an activity. So I want to be the agent that's always there, right? And always share. I'm not talking about be salesy. I'm talking about building relationships, actually talking, introducing yourself, build some sort of relationship with somebody that could potentially bring you business. Okay, maybe they're not in the market, but they know somebody, or they have a network of other people. So networking is opening up your ecosystem of people in these phones that we carry, okay, to a broader audience that can bring that business to you. All right, so keep that in mind. And the old saying goes, your net worth is your network, or vice versa. Network is your net worth. All right. So that's who you are. And people come to me all the time and say, hey, Jeremy, who do you know for this? And it might not be in my industry. Do I know attorneys? Do I know, insurance agents? Do I know developers, division presidents? I know a lot of people, and just people come to me asking for, hey, who do you know that does this? Right. So build that network, build your list, and believe me, it's going to help you in the long run. Okay. Technology is very important now. And 2023 has brought up to us a lot of things in technology. And that's my next tip to you is definitely finding the tools to enhance your efficiency and finding the tools to reach the masses and the more audience. Okay. And I cannot stress enough the power of, number one, social media. That's how probably I just hopefully popped in your feed. And if you don't know me, this is your first episode you're hearing. That's how it was, is because the power of social media is incredible to the level extent that you can reach out to millions upon millions of people. And I know what a lot of agents are thinking, that I don't have the time, but I don't know how to do it. Listen, there's plenty of ways. There's a will, there's a way. There's plenty of ways to educate yourself on it. And if you don't really, it's not your thing, listen, there's got to be some kid around you, 14, 15, even younger years old, your son, your daughter, niece, nephew, neighbors, son, daughter, and just, buy them a pizza pie and have them, run your social media for you. Now, listen, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But do not do it, because there are definitely resources out there that can help you. So if you don't know how to do it, find somebody who's going to do it for you. And then when you become a rock star, closing, 5, 10 transactions a month, then at that time, just hire somebody that can do it for you. But in the meantime, find somebody that can get you in, okay? Talking about social media, short form videos are what's in 2023. And furthermore, free professional advice is what your audience wants. So feel free to jump into my social media. You'll see, my 30-second to 1-minute reels. And just, you are an educated person in this industry. And I don't know if you started a year ago, 6 months ago, a month ago, if you've been in it for 10 years and now you're lost, don't know what to do in this market. It's all the knowledge that you can bring to that audience that's listening to you. Those followers are listening to you. So get yourself educated. There's tons and tons of resources. YouTube is one of them. Listen, just pop in whatever subject you want to learn about listings, about expired listings, about, the buyers, tips that you can give to your buyers audience. There's, things about financing, interest rates. I mean, these are just a world of things. Investments, Airbnbs, how to purchase your first Airbnb, how to purchase an investment property, and just get yourself that knowledge so then you can bring back out to the world short, free professional advice in the version of Reels and short form video, which can be on Instagram, it could be on TikTok, it could be on YouTube Shorts, and that's what's going to start getting in. And again, it's got to be consistent, okay? So you could do this with your phone, guys, okay? Shoot it. There's even apps right now that can edit it. What's that app right now? CapCut? CapCut is one of them. CapCut's one of them. Hey, listen, very inexpensive. And I've seen people that don't know how to do it and learn it in like this. Okay, very user-friendly. There's so much artificial intelligence, which that's my next topic, that's going to help you with that. So again, there's no excuse. In this day, there's no excuse, okay, to get yourself out there. And again, if you're not doing it, you're missing a big piece of the pie. That's how you're going to meet people. I come across people that say, yeah, I've been watching your TikTok videos for months, and I'm glad I met you. You know, I'm glad that you came across, you know, my path, and I'm glad to have met you in person. Here's my listing. I want you listed, or here's, you know, I'm trying to purchase a investment property, and that's how I've become to know and meet a lot of people that have turned into a business transaction. So technology, use it, and in 2023. Artificial intelligence is here and is here to stay. And as scary as some people might seem it is, it's actually very helpful. And you just got to find the correct ones. You got to find what works for you. But I mean, there's so many tools out there. One that I want to share is Canva. If you go to Canva, download that app or get a membership there online, and they actually have artificial intelligence already as well built in. And so many things that you can actually put together, but definitely use technology for your business right now, because that's what you need to get started and get yourself out there. And I cannot tell you how many real estate agents I meet that are not on social media. It is tough because unless you have a boatload of clients just coming out and turning out your door, but these are people that say, I need to get more business, and that should be the first thing you do. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, a couple more tips. Relationships. Okay, you have to nurture relationships to become successful. Okay, and there's a lot of things out there that relationships, are sometimes too short. Relationships become too short in business, and it should be on the contrary. Relationships should be lifelong relationships. Okay, and that is very important in our business, especially. Most of my clients, I follow them on social media, and I'm going to tell you why. And sometimes you're like, I don't want my client to find on social media. But listen, I've already turned my social media into making money. That's what decision I made. All right. And 80% of my social media is for business, 20% is for personal. That's kind of like my 80-20 rule. But social media right now, if you follow your clients on social media, what's going to happen? They're going to see everything you're doing. So if you're being successful, if you're going open houses, if you're closing your transactions, they're going to watch. Maybe they might not say anything. Maybe they might comment on it. Maybe they might hit like on it. But they're watching. And vice versa. You're actually seeing the graduations, the birthdays, the anniversaries. You're seeing that they purchased a new car. You're seeing that there's a new addition to the family. And you can say, in congratulations, hey, it's the best way, the best kept secret to keep up with your clients. Because what happens if you don't nurture a client and you don't build that relationship? I call them the touch and go. Okay, a touch and go client. You close on them, never talk to again, which, by the way, the statistic, I believe, don't quote me on this percentage, but about 75% of clients don't remember their realtor's name. It's because you did a touch and go transaction. You did that transaction, and that was it. You never called them again. Maybe one text afterwards, but that's it. You never connected with them on social media. You never called them again. You never saw how they were doing. You didn't wish them a happy anniversary in the first year of their home. Like nothing, zero, crickets. And then you're surprised why they sold and bought another house with somebody else, right? With another real estate agent. It's because you didn't keep up that nurture. That nurturing that client is very important. So think lifelong relationships that are going to get you into a network of other people. We just talked about networking. So your clients could be the next network that you're opening. Because guess what? When you do and close a transaction with a client, they're going to open up their network to you. They're going to invite you to the birthday parties. They're going to invite you to the barbecues. They're going to invite you to their housewarming. And guess what? What's going to be in those places? More people that they know. And possibly, and that's what you hope for, people that are looking to buy or sell real estate. Okay? So that's what you want. And that happens in social media too, is that they're opening up their network to you. So then now you're going to be able to see who their friends are. their friends are going to see who you are. Say, who's this guy? Oh, that's my realtor. Really? Oh, wow. They just closed a really big house. I want a house like that. Perfect. So that's how you start those relationships and those conversations. But you got to think relationship, long-term relationships and repeat clients the only way. I have clients of mine that have been with me for 15 years. Okay. And it's because I keep on nurturing that relationship. It's very important. One important AI that I totally forgot to mention, and I'm so sorry for that, and it's the talk of the hour. I had a whole episode on it, is ChatGPT. So AI, going back to that, to using that technology to really, really get to your core of what's working now, ChatGPT. I use it on a daily basis. It helps you write your MLS descriptions. It helps you add, any presentation you're trying to do. Gives you ideas, gives you, a script, gives you so many things. Like just type it in, and if you never use it, because maybe you've heard of it, you haven't used it. Listen, you're missing out. Use it and use it for the benefit of growing your real estate career. It's very, very important. Oh, second to last one, I guess. Local market knowledge is very important. Okay, so now that you got your mindset, that you got your focus, technology, okay, overcoming obstacles. Now we're going to talk about the local market knowledge, because you got to know what you're selling. And so it is impossible for you to know how you're selling without actually studying the market. You have to know this by heart, because that's what's going to set you apart from the top producers, and you trying to strive to be a top producer is going to be that knowledge that you bring to the table. And the knowledge is very important, because you got to know more than anybody, more than your client, what the product and what the market is heading and what the trends are. Okay, you should know in your area, in your zip code that you're trying to farm, what is the average price point that home's selling? What is the average price point that community that maybe you're targeting? What is the days on the market, the average days on the market? Where's the average price? How many homes are in the market currently right now this second as you're talking? Okay, set up those automatic searches for that community directly to your email. You can do that, by the way. So put your name, you put your email, and put as soon as a new listing comes up, or a listing goes pending, or a listing gets sold, or a listing expired, put that there in your MLS. There's a way to do that. If you know how to do it, call your local MLS and they'll tell you how to do it, and put yourself in it so you're getting those notifications when that community, when there's a new sale or new active listing, a new pending sale, a new closed sale, a new expired sale. So that way you're always in the know, and you could be the first one that's in there. You know what I mean? So know that market knowledge. Know what's in the market, new construction development. So as soon as new construction development comes up, they're throwing all sorts of stuff for realtors, open houses for us. They bring you food, they bring you drinks. Just go out and see what the inventory is out there. What is the price point right now in your area? For a townhome, for a single family residence, for a condo. Those are very important things that you should know. Don't just expect to know it, or don't expect to find out about it whenever you need to get known about it. Because when you're having an unexpected conversation about the market with somebody that potentially is maybe trying to hire you, maybe it's not a formal meeting or a formal presentation, they're going to ask you about the market knowledge. If you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to be tough. So local market knowledge, and separate from that, understand financing, because unless you have cash, which maybe 20% of people have cash, the other 80 are going to be financing their purchase. Know what the latest loan programs are. That is local knowledge. What are, the latest market trends and financing. Right now we're talking about high interest rates in 2023. Average interest rate now, it's over 7, mid 7s, and that's normal in history, by the way. But obviously, what is it to get a lower interest rate? Right now builders are buying down rates down to 4.99. If you guys didn't know, 5.5. There's down payment assistance out there right now. A lot of money being given out by the government that nobody talks about. Here in Central Florida, they're giving up to, $500,000 purchases basically at, down payment assistance, $10,000, $25,000. There's a county nearby that's doing $33,000 in down payment assistance. So again, as money that's out there, these are gems that are going to set you apart, because, we're going to work with the people that have 20% down, have 100,000 in the bank. Absolutely. Those are the ones that everybody wants. But then when you come across somebody that needs it and truly, truly wants to make this purchase a reality, then you can make that happen for you. Okay. Market knowledge on what's out there. So get out there, meet people, etc. We live in a really high stressful, career, and it gets tough. All right. Myself, I'm dealing with, a lot of transactions at one time, managing a team, dealing with lots of emotions, lots of transactions, lots of people that are, making one of the biggest decisions, if not the biggest decision of their life. And it could get stressful. Okay. So there's one thing I want to talk to you about is that balance, because, Jeremy is talking about these things. It sounds great, but you gotta have a little bit of balance, right? So in real estate, you probably got to take one day to kind of just reflect, spend time with your family. And it's very, very important. And self-care is very important in this high stressful career. All right. So that's why mindset is the first thing you got to do, because that's part of your self-care. Obviously, exercise, eating correctly, everything goes into full circle. But that self-care of actually, taking the time to balance your life at least one day a week. All right. I take Sundays. I go to church. I spend time with my family. And occasionally some Sundays come up and things got to get done. A client cannot be in any day of Sunday, but I make sure I do as much as I can and exchange another day maybe for that Sunday, or exchange that morning or that afternoon with another morning or afternoon, but at least have that balance. Okay. So at least take one day. As you guys know, some of the biggest days in real estate is Friday and Saturdays. So that's sometimes what's got to happen, but do self-care yourself. Okay. I'm talking about eating right. I'm talking about your fitness, get yourself in the zone. Okay. Start your day off that way. That's how I start. The hardest thing is always the first thing you do. And that's very important. Okay. To get you ready for that day, because you gotta be ready for battle is what I call it. Because we go into battle every day as real estate agents. And I feel every single real estate agent that's hearing this podcast right now, this episode, it's not easy out there. We go through a lot. And it's tough because some people think that this is so much easy money, and it's a lot of hard work and a lot of things in the back end, things falling apart. All you see, maybe some people just see that picture on social media, close, $500,000 home, and they don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that actually went behind it. So I feel the pain of the real estate agents. And again, this is a tough business. This is, not meant for everybody. And the ones that are still surviving. And hopefully today I gave you some tips that will continue your journey as a successful real estate agent. And I want you to repeat those words right now if you're listening to me. I will be a successful real estate agent. I will be a successful real estate agent. And then put that as part of your affirmations every single morning. Repeat it as much as you can. But take these tips, put them into play. Get your mindset right, get your focus right, know how to handle obstacles, solve problems, use technology for your advantage. Relationships, nurture relationships. Your local market knowledge has to be your A game. And last but not least, get that balance, self-care to get you to that battle that following week and get everything done. Guys, there's less than 3 months left in the year. So put it into high gear. You can still get to your goals. You can still make things happen. Don't wait till January to start. Don't give up. I'm counting on you, and I am in your same team to make sure that you are successful. So become that person and that individual in this real estate industry that you're proud of and you're respected. Guys, I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening to the 100% Life podcast, and I'll see you on the next one.